we'd get up in a big lead, and then we'd soften up a little bit, and they'd come back. We've got to clean that up. We played Rain or Shine, who has a lot of young guards, and who played without their star, and so we should have dictated the game a little bit better than we did. Obviously, we're happy that we did. Japheth was dominant inside. I just walked by Carlos and just told him that we were too big. With Japheth and Christian, we were just too big inside. So, good one for us, but something that we can build on. But we got to get a lot better as the conference goes on. I think we all know that, right? Yeah, we all know that at this point.
Coach Tim, during your last game against Blackwater, you mentioned in the post game.
Your voice coming out over there.
You mentioned in the post game that you weren't as ready as you should have been. With your team blazing out 31 points in the first quarter, how would you describe, maybe even assess the readiness that they displayed today?
Well, we came out and hit shots early, and that makes it easy. We were making some stops and getting turnovers and getting the open court. The problem with us, what I mean by not being ready, I mean overall for the conference. I think we were ready for the start of the game, but the problem with us is sustaining our energy. And as well as we played in the first quarter, we played just that badly in the second quarter. But when we got a break and a rest, at halftime we came out and got going again. So again, it's really about us being more prepared for the whole conference, for the big picture of the conference. And we've got a long ways to go, we feel, before we're there. But we're really happy to be out 2-0. We could easily be 1-1 or 0-2 at this point. So yeah, 2-0 is really good.
Japeth, in the last game, you made that game-winning shot. Gaano kalaking bagay yun para maiangat yung kumpiyansa mo? Because today, no problem at all, 13 points kagad in the first half alone.
For me, like what Coach keep telling us, if it's a good shot, I just take it if I have time and space. I was struggling the whole game, but yun nga, for me, it's more of our ball movement, team movement, because yun talaga yung strength ng team. Even my mindset coming to this game, we can, because to be honest, madaming playmakers in our team, but we can play in an even higher level if we work together. So really, that's what stuck in me when Coach Tim was explaining the game plan during the ball movement. Obvious naman nung nakahabol yung Rain or Shine, we stop our ball movements.
He wouldn't be saying that if I was sitting next to him.
But I want to go ahead, Coach.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to go back to what Japeth said, and maybe Coach Tim, you can chime in on this, because I asked him to describe Eli Tenorio a while ago, and he described him as aging like fine wine, with emphasis when he said those words to me. Maybe you can talk more about that, and maybe Coach Tim, you can chime in as well.
Well, I've been saying that LA is like I said, a freak of nature. People aren't like LA. He's very unique in terms of I think one thing he has a different chromosome than everybody else. But aside from that, he's just extremely disciplined. He's extremely disciplined, and I think that not only in a on the court matter, but off the court matter, he's extremely disciplined. And you can see it in his family and in his wife, and they're just incredibly disciplined. I think that keeps him playing younger than what most people do because of that discipline. So yeah, he is aging like fine wine, but to me, he's not even aging. He still seems like he's 27, 28 years old, not 37, 38 years old.
At this point, we'll now open the floor to our friend from the press.
Coach, there was a bit of a concern about Japheth's calf, so how is it? Maybe Japheth can also answer the question.
I just want to be extra careful. So during preseason, it's parang na feel ko it was kind of coming back, some nagging pain. So I requested for a checkup and really management lang to keep like hindi na rin tayo bumabata. Really gotta be disciplined. Off the court actually, kailangan pa rin talaga every make sure I'm healthy. So ayun, but ayun nga, na-manage naman. Basta time point lang, I gotta be ready coming game day.
I'll just add to that he's, we as a training staff, they know that we have to be very careful with Japeth. They know that they have to get him particularly prepared in that particular area of his body. They have to prepare that. There's a lot of preparation that goes into that in terms of icing, massaging, stretching. There's just a lot that goes into it. And again, talked about discipline with LA. It takes a lot of discipline to want to do that. Sometimes it starts feeling good, and you just go, okay, never mind, I don't need to do it today. Then boom, it's back.
Yes,
So it's that everyday thing that he has to do every time.
It's actually something new to me. Before it's really after practice I go home, don't stretch, don't ice, but now really kailangan mo manage.
Coach, moving forward, will this be like a concern maybe managing Japheth's minutes or maybe perhaps some missing games? because of this?
If it flares, then yes. I mean, hopefully the management that we do keeps them prepared every game, and that's the hope. Obviously, if he starts feeling it, then he's going to have to limit minutes. If he feels it really badly, maybe he'll have to sit out a few games. But that's exactly what we're trying to prevent, because that's what happened to us in the finals last conference, and it showed. We went down 2-1 without him, and then when he came back, we won 3 straight games. So the value is there, obviously, and again, you saw him tonight. You saw the way he dominated the paint defensively with his shot blocking and intimidation. Aside from the scoring, that is such a huge part of what our team is all about.
Pero, for the record lang, ngayon ba may pain pa rin kahit konti or wala na?
No, it's just keep building my game shape. That's it.
Coach, how does this 2 victories help prepare you for that big game against Aguilar this Saturday?
Well, they won a big game earlier, against a really, really tough team who's been playing extremely, extremely well in Northport. So, they kind of righted the ship at this point, and it's Manila Classical. It's early in the conference, and but the good news is we're fairly healthy, and I think they're fairly healthy, so it should be a real bang-up job, bang-up game. I think it's going to be a fun one, but. Like I said, they ride the ship. They're going to have some confidence coming in, and they're 1-2, so they need that extra win to keep moving. And we'd love to keep on going with what we're doing, keep the momentum going.
Do you prefer facing them at 0-3 rather than?
I think I've said it in the past that the records don't matter when it comes to that kind of rivalry. It doesn't matter. One team can be 0-10, and the other team can be 10-0. And it still could be a great game because they're going to lift the level of their game. We're hopefully going to lift the level of our game. And when you play a rival, that's a natural thing you do. So I don't think records really matter at this point. I think we just start from 0-0 and go from there.
That ends our post-game press conference.